Tortoises might be the key to human immortality. Well, sorta. Hi, I'm Danielle Dufault, and you're watching Animalogic. There are 3 broad classifications of turtles, all of which fall in the Testudine or Cheloniae orders. Turtles, which hang out in water, tortoises, which hang out on land, and terrapins, which hang out in both. We're going to be talking about tortoises. Tortoises are reptiles. They lay eggs and are ectothermic, a cool word for cold-blooded. Tortoises have both an exoskeleton, what many insects have, and an endoskeleton, what we have. They have both a backbone and a shell, making them and their watery brethren unique in the natural world. The shell isn't quite one piece either. It's comprised of around 60 bones, made of the ribs and the vertebrae, covered by plates made of keratin, the same material that makes up our fingernails, called scutes. Unlike hermit crabs, which upgrade their shells as they get bigger, a tortoise shell is part of its body, not just a house. In fact, its spine is fused to the shell. This allows tortoises to feel with their shell. If you pat a tortoise, it can feel your touch. Not as well as it could on its scales, but still pretty well. Similar to how we can feel through our fingernails. Around the scutes are growth rings, similar to trees, that can be used to roughly calculate the age of wild tortoises. And they can be old. Giant tortoises usually live to around 100, making them ideal pets for those hoping to leave their disappointing children with nothing but a freaking tortoise in their will. Tortoises are quite smart. In a 2006 study, a tortoise outperformed a rat in a maze. The tortoise was specifically better at methodically visiting every area in the maze to look for food, being careful not to revisit the same location twice. The oldest known turtle fossil, Odontochelys semitestacea, dates back 220 million years to the Mesozoic era, dating it back to the time of the dinosaurs. There are many different types of tortoises. Galapagos tortoises, leopard tortoises, African spurred tortoises, and many more. And their lifespan can be anywhere from 10 years to 150 depending on how well they're kept. Though there are exceptions. Meet Adwaita, a tortoise who sadly passed away in 2006 at the young age of 255. Adwaita was an Aldabra giant tortoise who was born, we think, around 1750 and spent most of his life in a zoo in India. Being over 100 years older than our great nation of Canada, Adwaita was likely the oldest living vertebrate ever. More interesting, though, is that he didn't die of old age. It was a combination of a crack in his shell and liver failure. Had the zookeepers had the resources and technology to perform the necessary surgeries, Adwaita could have been tortoising around for even longer. Think about this. A Galapagos tortoise named Harriet was cared for by Charles Darwin in 1835 and later made its way into the possession of Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter. She later passed away at the age of 175. The secret behind their long life is that, simply, they don't age. Death comes for most in the form of injury, disease, or old age. Aging, or senescence, kills you as your body slowly degrades and wears away. But a select few creatures experience a phenomena called negligible senescence. Basically, the process of cellular damage that normally kills you is slowed to almost a complete stop. This phenomena is currently being researched by a group called the SENS Foundation, who hope to maybe one day apply negligible senescence to humans, giving us tortoise-like near immortality, or more likely, treat age-related diseases. Or, might end up with some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Scientists don't know why tortoises experience negligible senescence and why we don't. But the leading theory is that since humans can breed fairly young, and for our species to survive, we needed to reproduce quickly, there would be a trade-off favoring short-term life rather than long-term life. That being said, negligibly senescent creatures haven't shown a decline in sexual reproduction or overall ability with their age. So at this point, it's anyone's guess. Before we move on from reproduction, tortoise sex is the slowest, creepiest sex you'll ever see.
Это вообще жестко прям.
Speaking of which, a group of tortoises is called a creep, which I guess is fitting. What animal should we check out next? Please let me know in the comments. Everyone here makes Animalogic for an app called Love Nature, which if you have a second, I would love for you to check out by going to lovenature.com. They have amazing nature documentaries, and if you're interested, you should subscribe. Be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel for new episodes of Animalogic every week, or as often as we can make them. Thanks for watching!